CMooney, just calling out that's this scene on your front screen of what this video is talking about. The latest last episode of Invincible of season 5, episode 7, and all I can say, it is the absolute most fruitless thing I've ever seen in my life. My God, best new. I never thought I would see something done way better than it ever did in the comics. And some things that you don't care. You don't care that it's not in the way it was supposed to be. Just the fight and the effects, like the person to basically be a totally new OP is THRAGG. I mean, at least in the comic, Invincible after conquest was able to give the bastard a nosebleed. I never shed a single drop the whole time. He was carrying for the entire freaking thing. My God, and boy, my God, you know you're a badass. You absolutely know you're the top of the food chain when you just basically uh, are having like an infinity blast shooting right next to you, and you don't even flinch. Don't even flinch a bit by a mile. And the saying go for even the Ragnos, even if he is, they can hurt him. The bastard does not care. I mean, my God, and you could see it that in the back, in the flashback with Conquest and how he's basically an animal and everything. You god dang no! He is an absolute beast. And you know it says a lot when this man is telling this absolute devil worse of hell itself. That basically, that's enough now. And he doesn't even dare to even raise a fist. Sure, he was tempted, but he knows, oh, well, if I do this, I'm pretty much screwed. Just, god dang. Oh, and can we just, can we just say, my God, hands out to all of those. We were working on those scenes, especially between somehow how punchy, how you can make a good shockwave look so damn, and to see it going. I will say this though, they kind of nerfed a little bit from the comics. Like Alan could basically punch through a filter line without any special dart. They could definitely do it. And the fact that they needed, Space Racer to fire a laser to at the planet while they're also charging at it. It's kind of a bit nah. But again, with the effects and everything, you kind of like make up for the fact that they entered the Earth, their planet's atmosphere, and they turned from what was just red burning to blue fucking supernova fire, going all the way to there's constant coming back out, and the planet doesn't immediately explode. The planet doesn't immediately explode after that. Just shooting a gun. No, no. It takes literally 3 full-blooded filter. I mean, Mark definitely counts now. Bloody filter marks going right through the fucking planet and out just to make an entire spectacle. And the man who only stayed calm, the man who only did not even raise a flip like saying, man, this isn't worth it. the mother freaking Thrag, not only no surprising still around, finally loses his shit when it's mostly understandable, and boy blitz Optimus Prime of Fadus and just rips his wicked head before anyone even has a message. What the fuck just happened? I mean, holy this absolute shit. And then Mark, who was talking shit, which it would have been a lot better if Oliver wasn't didn't look said it before, like going, "Hey, I fought Conquest," and then going like, "I killed, we killed you once, we'll kill you again." Like, get out of here, Oliver. But if it works for that, but it's still good that they element some from what they said in the comics. For Mark is telling Thrag, "I killed Conquest, I'll kill you too," and he's basically saying, "Show me." I mean, even though he knows Conquest ain't shit on him, yet he still asks him to show him. And boy, does it really comes clean when he's throwing that fist, and you just see like flashes of its demented devil skull, red and black as it hits, and then he pulls the from the Snyder first gun, Superman saying, "Not impressed." Just holy, just absolute hell of a about that much blood. You really don't care if there's that much blood. And can we just say, for once, I am so grateful that our boy Mark finally came out of a fight. Barely, I mean, come almost not completely bludgeoned to a pulp. Though I will say, kind of disappointing, but after seeing how his guts were rearranged by Conquest, you really don't want to see this poor Clark go for any other way of imaginable pain. So, still, I would have loved to see how his eyes would have looked like as, you know, Thrag was gonna like cave in his skull by putting his two fists on his cranium, together. That would have been so cool to still see. And for once, it's just an emotional, intense atmosphere. And it's actually for once that good enough show that you can't they don't really talking a lot. They're just fighting the hell out of it, which kind of makes sense though, because they're in space. You don't want them to like use their breath and oxygen to that they're keeping in their bodies somehow. They keep them so going, flying in space, and by having it every voice in a conversation. But this man, Frank, is so full of rage, he does not give a damn about him wasting his breath in space. He wants to see these birds suffer unimaginable for, before he even thinks about, well, I guess I'm screwed then for that. And only after all of that, after, well, decapitating Thetis, after impaling Omni Man, and almost gouging out Mark's eyes, does he look back at the ruins and see how many different, well, no, no, that he was great, that even though he wants to, this man really wants to press Mark's skull, and he knows there's just too little of us now. And give to this man, he is not an idiot. He cares about these to all of that, to all of that, to just simply call it a day, I guess. I wouldn't say that, but basically, everyone out there having their planet blown up, they looking at them, feeling like, please, Frank, kill them. And at least the comics Craig was so mad. He wanted to kill Mark. I mean, he lunged at them, but Clown Frag stopped. I mean, that is probably the one time when it's most reasonable for Frag to understand somebody disobeying him. They could have done that. That's all I could say. They could have done that. That's all I could say. But they still had Craig like screaming after seeing Craig to kill another one of their filth mites. So yeah, yeah. I mean, all I can say is Invincible. Maybe not as S tier animation like Jujutsu Kaisen or Demon Slayer or even like outside of basically Prime like Boys Diabolical or but I will say it is cutting edge above the rest when it comes to good short by short boards of what they want animation told and we say do its job. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It just needs to sold. And it sold it. It sold the hell out of it. And I could watch that over and over and over. And my mind is still exploding. Just absolute shit. But I believe that is enough ranting. I just wanted to make this first official live reaction to what I, after watching Invincible, which is if you to all those who were frauding over Frag, to those who are like being nudistic because they haven't read the comics, like boy, you can still read the comics and have a far greater appreciation once it's adapted to the show. Get over the spoiler dick, okay? So that's all I can say. It's just all I can say and all I can say. All I can say is, well, I can't wait for episode 8 if there's any new bonus scenes because that conversation between Nolan and fact on Filtrum that never happened on you know never happened in the comics, but doesn't really matter though when he's still like a boss. I mean, you know when it's a lot when the Omni Man is being hesitant, and he wasn't hesitant with Conquest, but he was with Thrag, and then somehow the motherfucker starts spinning in the air and punches Omni Man much harder, thousands of times harder than he did punching him to the planet, off the planet, flying into distant space. Almost nearly did the same thing with Battle Beast, which unfortunately it's sad for now, but just wait to the greatest fight in all of the, yeah, well, invincible plural. So, I mean, that's all I can say. Hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope you'll want to expect to see more of live reaction like this with screensavers like this. I'll do time to time ranting about things like this. Feel more comfortable this way. So just let me know in the comments down below. I'm #CMooney and see you soon. Peace.